Hello traders and investors. This is a Bitcoin technical analysis video. I will begin the video from a bird's eye view or a strategic outlook, and then I will drill down further and further until we will get to next week's setup. From the macro perspective, the most optimistic way I can look at Bitcoin right now is that Bitcoin is in the process of an irregular correction, meaning that Bitcoin completed wave A on April 7, 2025. The top on October 6th was a wave B, and it is currently moving in a wave C, with the target being the initiation of primary wave 4, which gets us to 49K. Now, of course, there are other ways to look at Bitcoin, but in my opinion, this is the most optimistic outlook. There are more bearish targets, but this is what I am looking at the moment. Now, within this wave C, we are expecting a move in 5 waves to the downside. Within wave C, wave 1 of C is nearly complete. Now, Bitcoin, let me show you. Bitcoin moved in wave 1, a relief rally in wave 2, the strongest move in wave 3. Currently, it is in a minor relief rally in wave 4, and I am looking for one more move to the downside. It will dip into this support zone beginning at 74K and ending at 82K. Now you can see that Bitcoin already dipped into this support area, and it did have a nice reaction, but in my opinion it's not over yet because I'm missing one more move to the downside. Now I am aware that every time that Bitcoin shows any sign of recovery, already people are expecting a continuation higher and the parabolic move of the bull market, etc., etc. I want to make something clear. The trend is your friend until it ends, and the trend is to the downside. If you want to invalidate further downside, there are some milestones that Bitcoin has to cross. The first milestone is the lower trend line of the broadening top formation. You can see that it already presents Bitcoin with resistance, but even if we assume that Bitcoin gets above the trend line at approximately 92K, it still has to cross above the previous low on the weekly chart, which is at 98K. We then have the 50-week EMA, which is at approximately 100K. And if Bitcoin crosses above all these milestones, then by all means, we will discuss the possibility of an invalidation and further continuation higher, whether in a relief rally or in a new or the final leg of the bull market. But until Bitcoin crosses above the 50-week EMA, it's not worth discussing. Now let's drill down into the daily chart, and we are looking for a setup. Now, I mentioned that Bitcoin is in wave 1 of C. Okay, so from October 6th, Bitcoin moved in wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. Currently, it is in the process of a relief rally in wave 4, and then I am looking for one move lower to complete wave 1 of C. Last week's setup defined the take profit at 92,740 because the 0.382 is the minimum target for wave 4, but it does not mean that Bitcoin has to stop here. Okay, it does have this whole channel, and it can max out the channel, and it can make it to the 0.5 retracement, which is also a target or a common target for a wave 4. And in an extreme case, it could go up to the 0.618 retracement. Above the 0.618 retracement, then I will begin to suspect that this is not the way forward and that the correction is already over. However, this price action until now gives me no reason to believe otherwise, and therefore I am looking for a short entry. Now, theoretically, you can trade Bitcoin short from 92.740, but the risk to reward of such a setup simply makes it not worthwhile, okay? We are looking for at least a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. So what I'm looking for, or maybe hoping, is for Bitcoin to continue a bit higher, at least to 97K, or the resistance trend line of this channel at 98K, and by then uh, it will make a nice recovery and it will be worth shorting Bitcoin at this level because the risk to reward will be 1 to 6, okay? And the move lower will be substantial because by then Bitcoin could we could trade a 20K move to the downside to approximately 77K. Now, we don't have a defined entry, stop loss, and target at the moment. It depends on the price action next week. Next week, we don't have any substantial uh, major economical announcements. We have the core PCE on December 5th, but I think that what everyone is looking for is the Fed interest rate decision on December 10th, which is not next week, it is the following week. So it is possible that Bitcoin will continue to consolidate more or less at the current level, then push higher with traders buying the rumor as we get closer to December 10th and selling the news after December 10th. So this is roughly what I'm looking for. I will update this trade idea on my X account, and I will see you in the next video.